Hey family, welcome back to Jack's Making It Home. As you can see right here in front of me, today we are making a homemade lemon pound cake. But guess what? I'm not making it. I actually have a special guest who will be joining me today to walk us step by step through making this lemon pound cake. So without further ado, come and join me. It's my mommy. And you guys, she was responsible for the mac and cheese recipe that you guys like so much. And so Mom, I noticed that you were doing things differently with this pound cake, so I wanted you to come in. We've been making it together for a while, but I wanted you to walk us through it step by step. So this is the lemon pound cake, and what do you have here on top?
We have a little lemon glaze with some lemon zest.
So you're gonna teach us how to make all of this?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited. And did you get this recipe? Like, what's the history of the recipe?
It was actually on an aluminum foil little cookbook, like a little paperback cookbook, and I started making this cake when I was probably in my young 20s, and it's just always been a hit.
Awesome. And I think, like you were telling us, that over time people have given little critiques, so you've naturally kind of refined the recipe over time. So guys, without further ado, I have my mommy, and we are going to make her homemade lemon pound cake with lemon glaze. Okay Mom, so what all will we need to make our pound cake?
We will need a cake pan, a mixing bowl, a large spoon, a spatula, and measuring utensils.
And then which ingredients are we using today?
For the lemon pound cake, we will need butter, shortening, sugar,
have that,
eggs, lemon and vanilla extract.
Those are here.
Fresh squeezed lemon juice.
Have that ready.
Baking soda. Flour and milk.
Perfect. And then so we're also making a made from scratch glaze. So what goes into that?
We will need fresh squeezed lemon juice and confectioner's sugar. So the lemon squeezer.
Got it.
And
for our juice.
Yeah, and the zester would be nice to have.
Oh, for a little lemon zest on top. So what is our first step?
First, we will preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit.
And now that we've preheated our oven, what are we doing next?
Next, we are going to grease and flour the cake pan.
And so this is just to make sure that when we flip our cake at the very end, it doesn't stick.
That's right.
Got it. All right, so we're gonna be greasing it with...
We'll use some Crisco.
Some shortening Crisco.
Just scoop out about that much.
Okay.
Now we'll sprinkle in some flour. And then we'll just swirl it around until we've covered the entire pan with flour. And I just kind of tap on it until it's all covered. Be sure to grease and flour the tube as well. And then there will be some excess. I like to just empty that into the sink.
So now that we have prepared our cake pan by greasing and then flouring it, we've set that to the side. And so Mom, we have our butter and our shortening here. So what will we do with these?
We'll unwrap each of the three of those and put them in the mixing bowl and mix them until they get creamy.
Okay, so we'll put them all in together at once. And these are about at room temperature?
Yes,
at room temperature. So we wanted them softened just so that we can mix them.
Yes.
Got it, but not melty. Not like all the way liquidy melted. And Mom, you switched it up on me. So y'all, I'll insert a picture because I have been making this pound cake with my mom since like a toddler. We have a picture where I'm like 2, I think. And but I recall us always using butter, like 3 sticks of butter. But here we have 2 sticks of butter and then a stick of shortening. What was the explanation for the change up?
Well, the original recipe, I used shortening. And then I just kind of switched it up using whatever I had
on hand. Okay,
yeah.
got it.
But I found that using 3 sticks of butter didn't make the texture quite like I wanted it. So I kind of gone back to the original recipe. And you may not know, but sometimes I was using 2 sticks of butter and then 1 stick of margarine,
And see, I didn't know. What happened was I made the original, what I thought was the original recipe, like a couple years ago, and you just recently started making more cakes again, and I was like, why does hers taste so much better than mine? So now I know. And when you were saying that the texture is a little different with just using butter versus adding the shortening, like, could you explain what about the texture? Was it just the way the cake cooked? Was it how it tasted when it came out?
I think sometimes it just wouldn't cook all the way. It would seem like it was
a little uneven,
or kind of like a greasier consistency instead of like cakey.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cakey. So we're going for cakey. Oh yeah.
So this is nice and soft, and then you can use your spoon to try to get as much of that butter off the paper as you can.
Well, that's like perfect. It's not runny at all, but very soft. And so these are different shapes, but it's the same amount, like
yes.
Okay, got it.
Yes. Each one of these is a 1/2 cup.
Perfect.
So they make these in sticks, so I cut this in half.
Okay.
Because the whole stick is a cup.
Perfect.
So we have creamed our butter and shortening, and the next step is to add the sugar. We've pre-measured the sugar, so this is 2.5 cups of sugar.
Okay.
And we will add a little bit at a time and continue to cream it after we add some.
Do you know, like, does it just mix better when you add a little bit at a time instead of dumping this whole thing in at once?
Yes, it's easier to mix a little bit at a time.
If there's any bakers out there, let us know if there's like additional tips and tricks. You know, we always like learning from you all as well. I remember being little and really getting an arm workout from making these cakes.
And that's why I use the spoon instead of a mixing.
Literally just for an arm workout?
For a workout.
2 for 1.
I don't go to the gym, so this is my own workout.
You know, we're about to eat cake and we're going to be unhealthy, so might as well get some exercise in there, huh?
Yeah. So we'll continue to add our sugar in. And for the workout, I like using a spoon. Besides, one time when we were little, I went to use the mixer, and one of the little mixer attachments was missing because you used to play in them. So I never bought another mixer. I just do it by hand.
And you've never had, I have a KitchenAid over there, the cake mixing stand, but you've never used one.
I've never used one. Maybe I'll try it one day.
Yeah, that'll have to be the next time you come here and make a cake.
Yes. Okay, so we'll move on to putting our flavorings in.
Okay.
So we've cut our lemon, and then we'll squeeze lemon into this little dish. So we're trying to get a tablespoon. And if you don't have a fresh lemon, you can use an additional tablespoon of lemon extract.
Okay. And you said that was a tablespoon?
A tablespoon
okay.
of lemon juice, and then we'll do a tablespoon of lemon extract.
Is there a reason for doing lemon juice and extract versus 2 tablespoons of juice or 2 tablespoons of extract?
It just tastes good.
Tastes better. Mom, I also remember that you used to add these at the very end. Any reason for the switch up there?
Well, just for today, I thought I would do it now because if you wanted to taste it while you're making it, this is the time to do it before you add your eggs.
All right. Tip I didn't think about.
But for us, we lick the bowl at the end, so it really doesn't matter.
We do.
So now we're going to add the 6 eggs. And we happen to have some farm fresh eggs from Virginia.
Nice. And so you do one at a time?
Yes, mix everything one at a time. All right, the next step will be to add baking powder to our flour, and we're going to put 1 tablespoon in.
Ooh. Add it to the flour.
And then we will alternately add our flour and milk to our batter, and that will be it.
Voila. Another thing that you used to do was sift your flour.
Yes.
What's the story behind no longer doing that?
Everything is pretty much pre-sifted, and I've done it both ways, and it
Didn't make a difference.
It didn't make a difference. And try to be careful not to splash your milk. Sometimes you get going mixing and it'll splash out, so I try to go slowly until it gets mixed in.
I've noticed that the flour will do that too. You can kind of get a dry pocket and
the flavorings, all of it. So try to keep it in the bowl if you can.
So mommy, that's it. All we need to do is put it in our pan, right?
That's right.
Okay.
And this is really thick, so you may have to turn your pan some to get it evenly into your cake pan. Sometimes it's runnier depending on how soft your butter was and your shortening. Gotta leave a little bit for licking the bowl.
Yeah, you have to. That's a must.
And then I like to just kind of turn it a little bit. You don't have to get it completely flat, just a few shakes. So now that we have the batter in the pan, we're gonna stick it in the oven.
And how long will it bake for?
We will bake it for about 1 hour and 15 to 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Okay, and are we looking for anything in order to be able to tell that it's done? Some people's ovens are a little hotter. How do we know?
So I usually do a little finger test, like right in the middle near the flute there.
Okay.
If you press on it, if it doesn't feel wet or anything, then I think we're there.
Perfect.
So we'll stick it in the oven.
So now we are about to make our glaze. And so mommy, you said we just need confectioner's sugar and lemon juice.
That's right.
Okay, so what are we starting with?
Okay, so we're gonna pour about 2 cups of sugar.
Okay, so now that we have our sugar, we're going to squeeze the lemon juice?
Yes.
Okay, and about roughly how much lemon juice?
We're gonna try to get about 3 tablespoons of lemon juice.
Alrighty.
So I'm gonna put the first 2 tablespoons of lemon juice in with the sugar, and then we'll stir that. And we want it to be nice and thick. We're just gonna kind of drizzle it over the cake.
Okay. So we're really just kind of eyeballing the consistency.
Yes, we're watching for it to be not too thin and not too thick, just thick enough to pour, barely thick enough to pour.
Okay.
So that's still clumpy, so we're gonna, so that was 2, so 3 should do it.
Okay. I didn't realize how simple the glaze was.
Yeah, it's just sugar and
whatever
lemon
flavoring.
juice. Yeah.
Now guys, she has made almond cake for us before, so instead of using the lemon juice, she would use almond extract for the glaze, as well as in the cake flavorings.
Yes. And with the extract, if you use an extract instead of the juice, you'd use a lot less.
Yeah, okay, it's very good.
And you might need a little milk or something to thin it out. So after we've made the glaze, we're going to add just a little lemon zest to it.
Okay.
And we'll just scoop that into the...
And this is kind of just like to your liking.
Yeah. You'll just have some lemon shavings in there for additional flavor. And I like to mix it in. So now we're all ready to drizzle it over the cake.
All right.
We've taken the cake out of the oven. We've let it cool for about 30 minutes. So we're going to take a plate, place it over the cake.
Okay, moment of truth.
And we're going to flip it out.
It was a good flip.
And we heard it flip perfectly out. So we will lift our pan.
Oh my gosh, it looks so
there we have it.
good.
Once we flip the cake into the plate, then we want to put it on whatever dish we're going to serve it on. So we'll do an additional flip. So we're going to take our platter and flip the cake again.
Woo!
So there we have our lemon pound cake.
So pretty. It came out so nicely. Oh, it's beautiful, Mommy.
You ready to put a little glaze on it?
Yes, let's go ahead.
So we'll give it a little stir, and we just want it thick enough to pour, but not too runny or too thick. Basically to the consistency you like. Either way, it's gonna be delicious.
It's gonna be good.
And just be creative. And we'll just keep going until we run out of glaze.
This is a nice healthy slice. Okay, it is looking delicious. We're gonna give it a try. I'm gonna go for the top. Oh, it's so moist. I'm gonna go for the top part with some of the icing on it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Cheers. That was good. I'm not even lying. It's so good.
Yummy.
That's good. Just my presence, I guess, because I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Okay, guys, it was really good. I'm so happy that my mom could come and teach us how to make that. Like we said a couple times throughout the video, she's made a few different modifications that I wasn't aware of. So this is great. Now I feel very confident that I can pull it off myself. You guys give this a try. Let us know what you think. If you have any other tips, recommendations, modifications you would make, let us know those as well, and we will try your recommendations. Mom, any closing words?
I want to eat the rest of the cake.
We're gonna eat the rest of the cake, guys. You did a great job, Mommy.
No, I want to say enjoy. Enjoy your cake.
Love you guys. Until next time, please like, share, and subscribe, and be blessed. I messed that up, but I tried to record. Oh, she has the That really is good. Like, no lie.
To 20 minutes.
Okay, and are we looking for anything to be able to tell when it's done?
When it's done. Do that again. What? God, you can tell me to scoot over? I just want to be close to me right there.
Please scoot over.
More?
No. Oh, okay. Didn't know you were
That ain't gonna pour, is it?
No. Do you have more to...
Yeah, that's perfect, man. Okay.
It's wrong.
It's my zipper up.
Okay.
I'll be glad when y'all hurry up. Come on. Let's finish this. Come on. He's recording me. That's what he's doing.
You're the one holding us up. Okay, you're gonna start this one, okay?